How's it going, everybody? My name is Jay, and welcome to the first episode of the Creepycast. I'm here with my good friend, Not a Skeleton. Say hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Don't say hello while I'm saying hello, alright?
Hello.
This is something we literally came up with, what, like 20 minutes ago? Something like that? I'm
Yeah.
asking you, yeah. You gotta answer me when I ask you questions, you
I
fuck.
didn't know you were asking it. Just kidding.
Um, but we came up with this about like 20 minutes ago, and the gist of this stuff is, it's different from the Oddcast. Let me just put that into place right now. It's different in the Oddcast in that it's a lot shorter. It's not going to be like an hour long. It's going to be like 25 minutes, and we're strictly going to be talking about stuff that creep us out and just creepy stuff in general, like supernatural stories, stuff we heard in the news that was creepy, UFO stuff, stuff that's in our actual personal experiences, and stuff like that. Anything that's generally creepy. Now, don't think that there won't be humor in this and that it's just going to be dark and disgusting. No. Obviously, if you know me and you know the people I fucking play with, it's obviously there's going to be a lot of humor in it. Like, I'm going to be like, I had a horrible experience with sleep paralysis and I was crying and peeing my bed, and Jacob's like, ew, faggot. That was funny. We laughed at the same time. Um, but yeah, the first thing I wanted to talk about while we were thinking of topics was the experience that I never told anybody.
Mm.
The experience that I had while walking home through the fucking woods. And this wasn't even that long ago. This was actually around the time that the other podcast came out, the Oddcast episode 2. This shit was so... Alright. Why was I in the woods? Why was I in the woods at nighttime? I'll let you know right now. I didn't know where I was. I was coming home from a friend's house in J section. J section is another part of my community. I live in H. He lives in J. You have to go through the woods to get back. Otherwise, you have to walk like 2 hours around. So I thought, hey, it's just the woods. It takes 15 minutes. My mind didn't think of like, hey, 15 minutes is enough for someone to fucking kill you. I start walking through the woods. I'm really paranoid at nighttime. I don't know how you are when you walk through the woods.
I hate the woods at nighttime.
Or just nighttime in general. Walking at night scares the shit out of me if I'm alone.
Oh,
Like
it
if
doesn't
I'm,
matter if I'm in a big city or in the woods. I mean,
it just scares the shit out of me when I'm walking at. Like if there's someone around, yeah, I don't even know why. Like they're gonna kill me anyway. Why do I don't care if there's just like someone around me? Like he could be
yeah.
he could be one of the people. He could be like, oh man, it's a scary guy. Psych, I'm the guy. He's gonna save you. Makes no fucking sense. But I'm walking through the woods, and I'm already paranoid as it is. I'm like looking around my shoulder every 5 seconds. Every little crackle in the fucking leaves is scaring the shit out of me. And then I hear something that sounds like a heavy footstep, like not like a bear. Like you could tell the difference if you've lived around them. Like I don't, you guys don't have bears where
Oh,
you live,
no,
right?
yeah.
You do?
I know. Yeah.
You know what the difference is between a human footstep and a bear.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bear, and we don't have anything else that's big around here. So my
Mm.
mind didn't even really register it when it happened. I kind of just thought I was being paranoid.
Yeah.
So I'm walking through the woods. I hear that thing. I stop. I turn. I look, and I don't hear shit. I don't see shit. So I'm like, all right, now I'm actually fucking terrified. But I don't want to run, because if there is someone there, I'm going to set him off, and he's going to chase after me. So might as well try to get a little bit closer to home and then run, because then I'll have a chance, if there is someone there. So I continue walking, because I have no fucking choice. Like, I'm not just going to stop and be like, hey, can you not?
Personal space.
And he's like, all right, fine. He just pops out from the tree, and he's like, you know what? I don't even know what I'm doing this anymore. Just fucking shoots himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
um, but fucking hell. I continue to walk through the woods, and I don't really hear it. It's supposed to be a 15-minute walk,
Yeah.
but I'm starting to realize how long it's actually taking, and I'm like, I've taken this route before. It hasn't taken this long. And I think what had happened was, like, now that I reflect on it, I think what had happened was I turned around, and when I turned around to look at where, like, if something was behind me, maybe it was just too dark to where I got sidetracked and I went in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Because I ended up walking for another half hour.
Oh my god.
When I was already walking for like 10 minutes, it should have took me 5 more minutes and I would have been out of the woods. I walked for another half hour. I didn't know what direction I had to go in. There was no lights because I'm in the fucking woods.
Yeah.
And you're in Pennsylvania. It's all woods in every direction. If you go in a certain place, it's all woods everywhere. So I'm actually terrified. It's not even the fact that there could be something around me. It's just like, how the fuck do I get home? Like, I don't even know where I am. So I'm walking through the woods, and then I start to hear it again. And now, like, I'm more terrified than I ever was because before I could run home. Now, where the fuck is home? Like, I don't even know where to run. So
Yeah.
I stopped completely. I shouldn't have, but I stopped. And I turned around, and there was someone, like, 30 feet from me hiding behind a tree. He was completely black, like I couldn't fucking see anything. I don't know. I couldn't see his face. I couldn't see shit. I couldn't even tell if he was staring at me or just hiding or something. I don't think he didn't notice me, or at least I don't think he did. He was just fucking with me. But I saw him, and I swear I almost shit my pants. Like, it was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
Well, I mean, what if you were scaring him? You're in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, but like,
to see what you're doing.
Why? Like, that would make no sense to me.
Someone's following you.
Like, he's still fucking following me. That's more creepy than two people being in the woods at the exact same time. He could have said something. Like,
Hey.
I didn't even look menacing. I had like a fucking bright red hoodie on. Why the fuck am I walking through killing people with a bright red hoodie on?
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't have anything with me. It's just, it's very, that's not even the end of it. So we're staring at each other. And it's that fear moment where you can't move. Like, you want to move, and your brain's like, you should probably move. And I'm like, then let me go. Like, let me fucking move. So I look at him, and I can feel my heart pumping, like, beating out of my chest. There's tears welling up in my eyes. I'm terrified.
Yeah.
And I kind of shake my head, and I keep looking, and he's still there. He's not moving. I'm like, I'm not making this up. It's there. He's there. There's someone staring at me. There's someone following me. This is exactly like all the fucking stories I wish would never happen to me, but I loved so much of. And I was like, I should run. And then there's that little thing on your shoulder. It was like, you probably shouldn't do that.
If you run, he's gonna chase after you. And
It's like the fear side of me is like, dude, you should run. And the smart side of me that's still kind of there is like, you shouldn't do that. He'll fucking kill you. He looks way bigger than you. You should not do that. And I'm like torn between these two things. And I'm like, all right, what can I possibly fucking do to do this?
Yeah.
So I ran. I fucking ran as fast as I possibly could. I hear the fucking foot. It's like the fucking book that I wrote, like the stories of the books that I wrote, like of the things that I wrote, where like they're just crunching in the fucking snow behind you, and you can hear it, and you can feel it getting faster. Like, I could feel the fucking vibration as he hit the ground behind me. Like, it was that fucking scary.
That is.
I finally get out, and I realize that I have been running in the complete opposite direction of where my house was. I got back to where I started from the woods.
You should have just stayed the night at your friend's house.
That's what I did. I went back to my friend's house. Yeah, I went back to my friend's house. I ran. I didn't hear him when I was running back, but I ran, and I got back to my friend's house. I'm like, dude, there was someone following me. First off, he was like, why the fuck do you come here? Like,
Don't get me killed.
like, why the fuck did you come here then? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm scared. And he's like, all right, you could stay. And I didn't file a report because I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't even know who to look for. I didn't even know what color anything he was wearing. So I didn't file a report. I thought, like, no one would fucking... I didn't even tell anybody. Like,
and I mean, like, what would the cops say? Like, just some dude chased you. I mean, he's not doing anything illegal.
I mean, he chased me. That's harassment, isn't it? At some degree?
I mean, you chose to run. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Because he's fucking staring at me. It was like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Pitch black. I don't know.
That's pretty spooky.
It was pretty... I've never had something that scary happen to me, though. Like, besides that thing, like, nothing else has even matched that.
Yeah. I always go through, like, what would happen if something like that happened to me, or like if I were to get like
You have those scenarios where you're like, oh yeah, I would totally do this, but you're in it. When you're in it, it's completely different. Like
yeah,
completely different.
like I know I would be able to fight back. Like the thing I would probably do is scream in hopes that someone might hear me out.
I didn't even know what to do, dude. And my other thought that I was thinking of was like, maybe I should act insane.
Yeah.
Maybe I should like flail at him, like just fucking flail my arms, like ah. And maybe it would weird out his weirdness, and he just fucking books it.
What do you think he's gonna do? He'd be like, "Ew, get away from me."
Ew, get away from me, faggot. I don't know. That was just.
I mean, if he followed you, I mean, I'm sure he's not gonna stop.
Oh yeah, like if he's willing to chase after me, if I didn't run, like what would have happened? I probably wouldn't even be talking to you. Like
Yeah.
I have no clue what would have happened, and that's what scares me the most. Like I could have one thing away, and I would have been gone. Like one
He might
wrong
have been.
decision, and I would have been fucked.
He might have been like trying to follow you back to your house so he could break in, like right behind you.
That could have been it, and that would still be bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or
That was
rob
just
you.
yeah. That was
Um.
oh thing. All right. What's the one thing that scares you the most? Like the one thing that you could think of that if you saw it, you would honestly either die from like fear or like shit yourself instantly. Something that you saw.
Oh, Skinwalker, dude.
Like
I,
what
I
would
know
you
it
have
sounds
to see?
ridiculous.
Like what would you have to see? Like in Skinwalker like what would you like cuz you have to know that it's a Skinwalker. Like you would have to know that that's what it is.
I think the most terrifying thing I hear from stories of Skinwalkers is when they try to imitate people and their movements are just so
Fucked up.
yeah, where they're like I can't remember this one story, but I can't remember who made this story, but they were talking about something imitating their neighbor and it kept waving at them, but it was like really like clickety and weird looking and
It was like fucking jerking or something.
yeah, and he kept waving at him and he like because he'd go in his backyard for a smoke at nighttime and he saw his buddy like standing at the tree line or his neighbor at the tree line waving at him and he went back in his house and he turned around and it was at his window waving at him still.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, if you can
Like,
find that, you gotta send that shit to me. That's just shit that I
I'll
love
find it.
reading.
Hold on. Well, we'll do that after the.
Like, so that's what you would have to
But
see. You would have to see something out of the ordinary that you knew that was like your worst fear.
I don't think I'd ever forget that. I think I'd live with that for the rest of my life. That something like that happened.
Mine would probably be the supernatural doppelganger.
Oh yeah, that's terrifying. Too.
Because if you see your doppelganger, you're dead. That's it. That's what that means. If you see your doppelganger.
something bad's about to happen.
I think I told you that about in the last Oddcast one about no, it was the first one. Where my mom was sitting on the couch and like she saw me come out of my room with like a completely different shirt on that I was wearing before bed.
Yeah.
And then I went back in my room and she followed me and then I was just sound asleep with a different shirt on.
Oh, that's
That makes me think like, yo, if I was awake, I would have saw my doppelganger. Like,
yeah. And why is it there?
I don't know, dude. It scared the shit out of me when she told me that shit. Like, I can't do that. No.
I
No.
want to know what actually. I want to give. We could probably cut this out if this isn't good enough. But something that has terrified me recently is having dreams about something and then it happening outside of the dream world. Like I think I had it recently where my brother's little friend came over and he was talking about I think it was Fortnite, and I remember sitting there and saying something to him and him replying back to me, and then I felt like I had a dream about it a while ago, and I said something. I know exactly what's going to happen next. He's going to say this, and he said it, and it. I sat down for a minute thinking about it, and I just kind of rationalized it in my head that it might have happened before, and I just don't remember it.
Yeah. So what if you like what's crazy the part about it is like what if you saw a skinwalker and it was you?
Oh my god, I wouldn't. I don't
I
think
would
I
kill
could do
myself.
that.
Like I would kill
No joke,
myself.
I would kill myself.
Like
I
that's
would
the most terrifying
live with
thing you would
myself.
ever see in your life. Like
Any skinwalkers listening, you know
like
what
all
to do
right,
to
just
keep.
picture. Let me lay down a scenario where this would happen, and I think this would terrify you if like I put it this way. So you're just laying in bed, right? You're sleeping.
Yeah.
You're sound asleep, right? And like it's nighttime. Like you just started knocking out. Say you're on like the
Yeah.
first floor. I don't know where you sleep. I don't know if it's on the first floor. I don't even know
We
if
have
you have a
one
second
story
floor.
house.
Okay.
I live. My window is facing right to
All
the
right.
street.
So do you have a window like next to your bed?
Yeah, but I always keep it closed because I'm paranoid of this kind
That's
of thing
okay.
happening.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So imagine you're just sleeping in your bed and then you hear a tap on your window, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, maybe it's the tree. Maybe there's trees out there. It's just tapping on my window. Theoretically, like if there was actual trees out there, even I don't even know if there's long trees that tap on your window or something, but
We just have one bush, but it's like
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
it's
Just
kind of
pretend that there's like trees with big fucking branches that are tapping on your window and you kind of can pass that off. So you're like, ah, whatever. And then you just keep hearing it and it starts getting louder. It doesn't sound like it's something accidentally hitting it. It sounds like it's purposely being tapped on. And then you're
yeah.
like, I don't want to fucking open that.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm afraid of
And
just
then there's just that little bit of curiosity in your head. And you open it and there's nothing there. And you turn around and he's right
yeah,
there and it's you. Fuck that
outside.
shit. No, in your room.
Oh yeah.
Like there's tapping on your window, and then all of a sudden you turn, and there's nothing there. You turn around, and he's right there.
I feel like I'd be more terrified if it was outside because my head lays right next to the window, like kind of at the bottom of it. So if I were to look
Like
up
you
and
just
see
woke,
it,
yeah, you just woke up and just saw it standing there.
yeah,
Did I put that picture in I think in the group actually. Was it in the Bone Squad?
I can't remember.
Hold on. I wanna find it.
What was it again?
It was a picture where like the girl was like, "Daddy, there's a monster in the closet," and then he's like, "There's no monster." She's like, "Please go check," and then she goes to check. He goes to check, and there
Oh wait, never
it's the
mind. I
girl in
remember.
it's the girl in the closet, the same one that was on the bed, and she was like, "Daddy, there's a monster in my bed," and then the panel like goes down, and it's just like the girl standing behind him, like with
Yeah,
like
I
menacing
remember that
black
one.
eyes. I'm like,
That
that's
was a while ago.
fucking scary. No, I recently posted in one of these chats. I don't know which one it
Yeah,
was though, but I recently sent it to somebody.
we'll find it.
But dude, doppelgangers and skinwalkers. Skinwalkers are fucking scary. Like that one I
Yeah,
sent you about the fucking actually did we sit there and have Mr. Creepypasta read it? Was that what that was?
I can't remember.
But you
Oh wait, yeah, never mind. The
yeah.
Skinwalker story. The guy
Yeah, the
with the
fucking the
dog.
one with the dog where the
Oh, when
dog
they imitate like personal pets. That's
yeah,
that's
I think it was called my dog ran away for 3 days and what came back wasn't my dog.
yeah, that was a very good one.
That shit's like 30 minutes long to read, but like I'll put a link in the description for you guys if you want to read that. That is a very, very creepy story, and it's very well written. If you have
Like
like 30 minutes, definitely read it.
even if it's not true, it's very well written. Very
It
well
is
written
very
story.
well written, and it doesn't get right to the point, but it has like this character development, this plot thing, like it feels like it's an actual story instead of like something that's supposed to just spook you at the end. It's like full on, like it scares you at certain points and just drops down. It scares you and drops down and scares you. It's like
Yeah, like
it's not just
in a
at the
way,
end where like it's that scare factor, which I usually call them like mindfuck creepypastas. Like they fuck you at the end, like they're like, whoa, that's like a shock factor. But there's
yeah.
like shock factors like in each little bit. Like where the dog is just constantly staring at him and not eating anything, and he's making
And
this
then you
sound that
notice
doesn't
like
sound like a dog.
yeah, and he
And
notices subtle changes too with the
like the
dog.
body of the dog is getting elongated.
Is longer like
Yeah, it's because he can't keep the shape.
eyes.
And then like he wakes up to hearing his voice saying Sandy, the
Yeah, it's
dog's name, outside while he's
a very
sleeping.
like deep and
Yeah, it's
not
like
right.
Sandy, but it's supposed to sound like him.
One creepy or one not creepy pasta, but a Skinwalker story. I've already told you about this, but I'll rehash it. It was I don't remember the story too well, but all I remember is, and I can't remember what it was a YouTube creepy pasta reader. I think it
Right.
was like Lazy Masquerade or something like that. But talking about camping with pals and person who's telling the story going to take a piss, looking down at a valley, and there's a deer standing on its hind legs, walking like a human would.
Yeah,
And
and
it
then it
turns
looks
and
at him.
notices the person on the hill, yeah, and it starts running on its hind legs.
Yeah, fuck that shit. No, no.
Absolutely
The
not.
fact that the skinwalker can imitate people
Yeah,
and animals.
that's overpowered.
It's just like, how does it even work? I know it's an Indian legend, but is it like Indians were like, or Native Americans, sorry. If Native Americans were like, yo, we should try to find like a power. Like they worship the gods that they had, and then all of a sudden they just became like gods themselves and were able to shapeshift into people.
Well, I mean, who's to say it's real, anyways? But
Oh, it's
still, like,
probably not, but like, I don't
I'm
want to
very
jinx that
open to the
shit.
idea.
Like, I don't want to jinx that shit. Like tomorrow I see a
Apparently,
skinwalker and it fucking tries to rip my face off or something. Like,
the skinwalker is a witch, and in order to become one, I think you have to kill someone who's very, very close to you. Yeah,
I mean,
pretty dark.
in the Native American culture, everyone's brother and sister, so like you're just killing anybody in the world that's a Native American. like
Yeah,
like you don't even have
Native
to know them.
American, Native American folklore is dark and
It
creepy,
it
but
really is. So is I don't know if you've read up on the Chinese one, like Chinese folklore.
oh, there's tons of Chinese stuff.
That's really spooky. There's one that I can't fucking remember what it was, but it like I think it was actually a Christmas one, like it was a holiday one,
Yeah.
where like if you're bad, this thing will come into your house and eat your children. Like it's not even.
Jesus Christ.
Or there's one that like turns everything in the house to like decaying rot, and like the house melts and like encases everybody in it. Like
That's disgusting.
I have to really read up on it. But there's some scary fucking ones. Like it'll follow you and stalk you. Or there's one that'll pretend that it wants to be your friend to get to know you, and then find out your interests, find out where you hang out, and then show up at one place that you're hanging out with nobody there and just fucking kill you. Like it's,
Yeah.
but it's all about like misfortune. If you don't pray to the right gods, these things will come after you. It's like if you're not good for like before Christmas, Krampus will come up and just like fucking, you know, eat your children.
Yeah.
There is a Krampus story. Like everybody thinks like Krampus is the one who like puts the coal in the stocking. Like no, Krampus is the exact opposite of Santa. He
Yeah.
takes kids and he like makes them into soup. Like he's evil. Like horrifically evil. Like it's really bad.
There's a big meanie.
He is like, oh my god, have you ever seen that fucking movie?
Nah, it looked really cheesy.
It's so bad. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
Is it actually awful?
It's actually awful.
I know. I saw the
Look up
commercial, I thought,
screenshots. It's horrible.
I remember like turning to a family member and I was like, "This looks dumb as shit. This looks
It just
absolutely
makes no sense. Like
stupid."
the whole family goes through all that shit. It starts off with a kid who you're not gonna watch it. And I don't advise you watch it actually. Like if you want to watch it as one of those stupid things we do with like Neil Breen movies, we can watch it. But like
Yeah.
not as we're gonna watch it as like we usually do, where we make fun of stuff. Like
Yeah.
I wish we could live stream that without being in trouble. Like that would have been
Live
fun.
stream Neil Breen.
Not, yeah, like live stream awful movies and commentate over them. Like um, but there is well, what there the movie starts off where like Krampus. Oh, by the way, spoilers for the worst movie on the planet. It's worse than Neil Breen movies. But Neil Breen's God, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
The Incredible Bulk, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That movie was actually shit. Like, oh my god, there was no
Oh, I
good
couldn't
aspect of
stand
that
watching
movie.
I actually couldn't stand watching.
Yeah,
I
it
couldn't
hurt my
stand
eyes to
watching Neil
look.
Breen and
Um, but the movie starts off where the kid wishes, uh, the kid wishes that his family would like disappear or something. I can't even really remember because I caught it in like halfway through, but I kind of got the gist of it at the end of it. I think they wish that his family would go away because he hated his family, and then that was his Christmas wish. And if you wish something like that, his grandmother, when she was little, wished something similar because her parents were such like didn't pay attention to her. So one night, Krampus came into her home and killed her entire family and burnt down her house and left her with a
Mhm.
Krampus bell because it was to show kids that horrible things can happen when you wish for something that you shouldn't. It was a very stupid lesson. It made sense in the movie until like the movie started. It was,
Yeah.
so he drops the bell, gives it to her, and that's for her to remind herself and to tell the story of Krampus, or else he will come and kill your whole family. So the same thing happens. He doesn't realize that the entire family doesn't realize. Like he has a whole family, like 20 people in the fucking house at this grandmother's house. He doesn't tell her about the fucking thing that he wished because he doesn't think Krampus is gonna come and kill her. Then she tells this dark story about her family getting killed by Krampus, and then all of a sudden, while they're sleeping, like the power goes out, and then they have to board themselves in because like there's fucking snow or whatever outside. It doesn't make sense, and that's what I actually started watching. And then when I started watching, it was like there was like this hook came down the chimney while they're sleeping in front of it, and then a gingerbread man came down, and then tied the kid up with the chain, and then sucked him up the chimney. And that's where all mayhem starts. Like all of like the all of the things that had faces on it turned into something. There was this accordion clown monster, and it like ate all of the kids and like shit them out like they were fucking jelly beans. Like
Sounds fucking retarded.
it was so bad, dude.
Here's the first mistake they made. They made a movie about Krampus. They could have made anything else that sounded way cooler than that.
What's funny is like they could have made it so much better. Like a Krampus movie, it's doable. It's doable. Any movie is doable. You just have to know how to do it before you fucking do it. Like
Yeah.
like if Neil Breen would think
Oh my God.
instead of fucking doing movies, like he would do it great. But like he has a good premise usually, but like the movie's always awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, that sounds horrible.
It is a bad movie, but I think it would be funny if we watched it as like what we do with Neil Breen and just all the other awful movies we watch. Just have a funny commentating thing over it. But that was the first episode of the Creepy Cast. I hope you guys enjoyed that. The first episode's always hard because you never really know what you want the structure to be. You never really know what you want to talk about. You never really know what you want to segue to. So the first episode's always like the test episode, and the second episode's usually better and more constructed. I feel anyway. So whenever we feel like doing this again, which I would definitely feel like doing this again, but since it came up on the spot, we weren't prepared. So I hope it was good for you guys. I still feel like it was okay.
Was it good for you, baby?
Was it good for you, baby? Did you like that? Yeah. All right, this is getting actually creepy. Like, there you go. That's what we just got to talk about. Really stupid, disgusting shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was getting chased through the woods and bad movies and sleepwalker stories stuff. It's creepy stories. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning into the Creepy Cast. Like I said, this is not the Oddcast. The Oddcast is still a thing. We just have to get everybody together and do it. Anyways, got anything further to say?
No.
I love you.
I love you guys. I love you too, Jay.
I was talking at the screen, but I love you too,
I'm proud
man.
of you, Jay.
I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of me too, but I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of us the most.
I'm proud of us.
All right. Thank you guys, like I said, so much for tuning into the CreepyCast. I'll leave a link down in the description for that story that I was talking about, that like 30-minute read of the Skinwalker thing. Read it, because if you like Skinwalker stuff, it is very, very creepy. Like, Jacob hates Skinwalker stuff. I mean, like, he likes it, but he hates it. Like, it's creepy, but he loves it. Like I still read those fucking Walking in the Woods stories.
Oh yeah.
Like, even though it terrifies me. But, yeah. But, yeah, I'll leave a link down in the description if you guys want to read that. Leave a like if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it. And let us know if you guys want us to talk about anything specific, and we'll research stuff. And, yeah. See you guys later.
Peace out.